Oh gee, you got your braids and I love them.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to get them for longitude. I think they're so exotic.
You shouldn't. My culture isn't an accessory.
What do you mean? I've never tried them before. I want to get them.
Yeah, I know, but this is for my culture, not for your fashion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have known, but I had to learn.
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you're welcome back to Modi Speaks. Yes, we are going to be talking about this cultural appropriation thing again because it turns out the previous video I made about this topic was not enough to educate these gatekeepers. So yeah, I'm going to be giving them another free lesson again. But before we dive into all that, I just want to specifically say a big thank you to this supporter of mine. They bought me 500 coffees at a go. It was amazing and I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much to Lucky Rooster Farm. I really appreciate it. And I want to say a big thank you again to my wonderful supporters at Buy Me a Coffee who have been fueling my enthusiasm and passion. I appreciate the support too. And for those of you who signed up for my membership, thank you so much. Also for my viewers and my subscribers, thank you so much and God bless you for joining me in dismantling the bias. Let's do more. Alright, so we're going to be looking at this video from this school by the name of Villiers, which is a secondary school in Limerick, Ireland. After coming across this ridiculous video, I decided to visit their website and I was dumbfounded, like literally dumbfounded by what I saw there. But let me not get ahead of myself, okay? Let us first take a look at this video, then we would come back and talk about it.
Oh gee, you got your braids and I love them.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to get them for longitude. I think they're so exotic.
You shouldn't. My culture isn't an accessory.
What do you mean? I've never tried them before. I want to get them.
Yeah, I know, but this is for my culture, not for your fashion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have known, but I had to learn.
Why cannot wear your braids if I'm white? Because that is cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation is the act of taking or using things from a culture that is not your own, especially without showing that you understand or respect this culture.
Tell me this, would Leah wear braids in a job interview or in a formal situation?
She only want braids because they're exotic.
She will not wear them for an everyday purpose.
For Grace, it is more of a costume for the concert, but for Shalom, it is part of her culture and who she identifies as.
People like Grace can pick and choose what she takes from black culture as others cannot, like Shalom. It's a protective hairstyle.
Sadly, cultural appropriation has been normalized nowadays and many people from different cultures experience it.
So please appreciate and respect other cultures without disrespecting them. This video is made by People of Color Alliance Villiers.
I have said it before and I will say it again. Cultural appropriation is taking something that has been established as unique to a different culture and portraying it as your own invention or your culture's invention when it isn't, or making mockery of it. Now, if Americans are hosting tea ceremonies and claiming that they invented China ware, that will be cultural appropriation. But it is not cultural appropriation for Americans to drink tea or use China ware. Cultural appropriation will be Indians claiming they invented cars, but it is not cultural appropriation for Indians to own and ride cars. Now, looking at these school students, you can clearly see that they are all wearing Western clothes and more specifically, a cravat. It is commonly called a tie these days, but the original name of this item is a cravat. Now, let's take a look at the origin of the cravat. The cravat originated in the 1630s as a military neck scarf worn by Croatian mercenaries serving in the French army during the 30 Years' War. It became a fashion craze across Europe with both men and women wearing fabric around their necks, and it was eventually simplified and standardized, becoming the modern necktie in the late 19th and 20th centuries. I guarantee you that none of these students we saw in this video are Croatians, but they are all wearing a cravat. Forget about the jacket and the Western shirt. Let's focus on the cravat. They are all wearing a cravat, a unique piece of clothing embedded in the Croatian culture. Yet, they have the audacity to drone on about cultural appropriation. It is very appalling that when you go on the internet and you look up the meaning of cultural appropriation, you would see very nonsensical definitions that do no justice to the real meaning of that concept. The left have polarized and destroyed all atom of common sense, even on the internet, to the extent that the correct definition of words have been totally wiped off the face of the planet to be replaced by misleading radical concepts. When I did a video on cultural appropriation a few months ago, I found some genuine definitions, but today, these definitions have been totally erased from Google. This website defined cultural appropriation as taking one aspect of a culture that is not your own and using it for your own personal interest. Now, following this definition, I could argue that each and every human being on earth is guilty of cultural appropriation because we are all taking one or two aspects of a culture that is not our own and using it for our own personal interest. Whenever we engage in yoga, whenever we celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving, whenever we wear jeans, whenever we drink coffee, whenever we use a cell phone, ride cars, speak English, French, German, whatever language, whenever we engage in any activity that is not indigenous to our culture, then we are participating in cultural appropriation according to this definition. That is stupid. All this outrage about cultural appropriation is wasted energy because most times what people classify as cultural appropriation is in fact not cultural appropriation at all, but just cultural appreciation. This is Joy Reid, by the way. She is neither blonde nor white, yet she is sporting a blonde wig. I don't think this is cultural appropriation, okay? I can see it as cultural appreciation. If she thought that that hairstyle was gonna make her look ugly, she wouldn't have done it. She wouldn't have worn it. So she's wearing that wig because she knows it will enhance her facial appearance. Beyonce in a blonde wig, looking like a white woman. Now, I am grounded enough to see that there's nothing wrong with her choice of hair, as imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I don't have a meltdown when I see non-Italians playing the piano, even though the piano is a unique element of the Italian culture. It is perfectly okay for all of us to celebrate Halloween and engage in a lot of activities outside our own culture. But when other people, especially when white people, want to beautify their hair in a manner that resembles that of ours, we throw a tantrum. This is just ridiculous. Mind you, a white person that is looking to get a braid in their hair is not going to take a black woman's hair and put it in her own hair. She is in most cases going to use her own natural hair to make braids, or she might add extensions in. But for some black women, we literally take non-black people's hair, non-black women's hair. We cut it from the scalp and we wear it on our own hair.
So hey beautiful guys, we're here today in a raw dono factory. As you can see, we have this young teenager girl and my name is Jainato. I'm sorry I'm going to cut your hair, but this is what we do for living. Thank you so much for allowing me to cut your hair. So I just wanted to show you guys how we get the baby teen hair. It's gotten from a real Vietnamese hair and we're just going to do the cutting. So I had to take permission from them to do the cutting because I want to prove to you guys that we sell raw dono, and that's raw dono. We are in the factory and we will take you around. So we'll start the process. All right. Okay, hold on. I think I have to go like this. Oh my gosh! We made it! Finally, we have a single donor raw baby teen hair. I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me cut your hair. Thank you so much. I love you. Okay. Single donor hair.
How hypocritical can we be? Why is it okay for us to do worse, but others cannot even do a little? Now, this Villiers school is just a disgusting indoctrination camp where young people are brainwashed and radicalized to believe a bunch of misinformation. This school is a boarding school that allows teenage boys and girls to share the same sleeping quarters. Can you imagine how morally bankrupt that is? When you click on the menu button on this school's website, the first thing you're gonna see would be diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about this school, then maybe finding out that this school encourages and celebrates students who come out as LGBTQ+ would maybe open your eyes. They have so many weeks of events encouraging and celebrating this perversion. These are the kind of things they are teaching children over there. Gender-specific pronouns are the ways we refer to each other in the third person. People who are transitioning in some way might choose to change their pronouns. I saw Lauren come to work today and Z seemed really happy. I wonder if it has anything to do with her weekend. I hope I see her soon. I hope I see her soon to hear all about it. I mean, how ridiculous. They have International Pronouns Day. They have Black Lives Matter flag, their LGBTQ flag, their LGBTQ week, just to mention but a few. So as long as this school is concerned, they are extremely radicalized in the liberal ways. And I sincerely pity the fate of those children that are enrolled in that school. This school is pushing a divisive agenda among these students, a destructive ideology that is rooted in a lot of double standards. They are accusing another race of cultural appropriation because of braids, whereas everyone in that school is wearing Oxford-style shirts and a cravat. That is extreme bigotry. I want to comment again that wearing braids on your hair as a non-black person is not cultural appropriation at all. It is cultural appreciation. You loved it enough to try it out on yourself with your own hair. You're not hurting or insulting anyone with it. Remember, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but you can disagree with me or agree with me, but do so respectfully in the comment section below. Again, if you're not subscribed to my channel, honestly, I do not know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buy me a coffee if you like, as a way of support on the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.